Alright, fine, you caught me red-handed, there's no use in trying to hide it and keep it a secret. Nothing gets by you guys. Yes, I did just get back from playing Thursday night pickup basketball with the boys. And yes, I did perform like Allen Iverson in his prime, but we don't need to just hyper-fixate on that. I mean, you guys are really just focused on it way too heavily. Or maybe you're just so distracted by this beautiful retro Moist jersey that I'm wearing. This is a little sneak peek, a little teaser for an upcoming basketball wear line we're doing. But please, you're a real chatty Cathy. Can you stop talking about basketball for 2 seconds? Yes, I play like Luka if he got hit with a shrinking beam, right? I get it, you know, little Luka out there. But just because I'm incredible at basketball doesn't mean that that's what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is a very interesting gym dispute that I've never quite seen before. I've seen a lot of gym freakouts and really goofy things that happen there, especially in the modern age where every single person's workout appears to be filmed now for TikTok. So when you go into a gym, I imagine it's like going on to a movie set right now, but they're doing like 15 different indie films at every single corner of the gym. I haven't been to a public gym in a while. We built one at the warehouse a couple years ago, and that was such a fucking blessing. That was crucial, because I couldn't stand to be in a gym that is just nothing but cameras recording every single nook and cranny of the establishment. It'd be miserable. And today, there was someone recording their back workout, and it led to an argument because he was doing it shirtless. Now listen here, sports fans, I'm gonna give you the brass tacks. You don't get pythons like these puppies unless you're praying at the Iron Temple actively. And for me, I've spent about 10 years in gyms. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and just get ahead of this here before some of you in the comments attack me like mosquitoes swarming a Hershey's bar that was left out in the rain. I know a lot of people say that my physique isn't representative of what 10 years in the gym should look like. To that I say, bah humbug. I've gone through the jacked, yoked stage, and at 5'6", I just didn't like how I looked. I looked like a goofy little meatball. So now I just keep myself looking this way on purpose, going for more of a shredded, lean, muscular physique. Don't know why I felt the need to explain that, but figured might as well. Point is, in all of my years in the gym, it has always been proper etiquette to wear a shirt during your workout, except for a couple of exceptions where it is acceptable to not do that. There's a few locations in my local area where there's plenty of people working out shirtless, and there's no problem with that. But when you're going to just like a normal public gym where it's just, you know, a wide range of clientele that isn't necessarily like power lifters or anything like that, just casual lifting, it's usually encouraged that you keep your shirt on. So I'm imagining that's what this place was, a place where you're supposed to keep your shirt on. So I can understand maybe one person being like, that's kind of douchey. But this guy gets so fucking upset at seeing a shirtless man that he starts recording it, and then it devolves into a heated argument that I half expected to go Looney Tunes and have like grand pianos falling on each other's heads.
I'm recording my back here,
He is more mad about seeing this guy shirtless than he would be if he found out his girlfriend was cheating on him. He is fuming. Like, the response to just less than proper gym etiquette is overblown here from this individual. Okay, so the protagonist here isn't supposed to be shirtless. Got it. If you have a huge problem with it, why not just go say something like, hey, would you mind putting your shirt back on? You're scaring me. I don't like to see a man chest. Just put a shirt on, please. Like, just go talk it out. Instead, he, like, just goes right up in front of him and starts filming, which is I am so tired of that being the trend when anything is going on that's a little out of the ordinary. Everyone's first instinct now is just to start recording that shit. I mean, I guess I sometimes do like that because it leads to really silly videos. But, man, it is just out of control. It has completely replaced normal human instincts and common sense on how you'd respond to something you don't like, where you'd usually just ignore it, or maybe just roll your eyes and walk away. Now you put yourself in the position you don't like for as long as possible so you can keep recording and continuously just escalate your own inner anger. It's a baffling concept to me. But that's exactly what happens here. He just stands there, he records. Eventually, the guy who's being recorded is now like, hey, why are you doing that? And then he's like, it's weird because you're not wearing a shirt. And then he just starts dropping slurs. Like, he is so upset, he is throwing around slurs at this stranger here.
So I don't even know this dude, and I am confused as hell of what's going on, because I don't understand why he's cursing me out and stuff. So, but he continues to stare at me and flip me off and mouth things to me. So I just had to say something.
Man, this NPC here just hit a water bottle slam in response to this, and then started rolling up on the guy like it was something out of a horror video game. He's just marching his way up there to give him a piece of his mind. Which, again, probably should have been the first thing he did instead of start escalating this shit by recording it and then calling him slurs. You could have just walked up and said, hey, do you mind putting your shirt back on? You know, finish your set, put your shirt back on, it's not that big of a deal. But instead, he's gone through all this hoopla and made the situation far bigger than it ever should have been. I don't know why he's this upset about a guy not wearing a shirt. It is a crazy response to that.
I don't know, you're talking, buddy. Talking across the fucking gym. What do you think? What you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? Fuck you. Yeah, I'll fuck you up, pussy. Yeah. Fuck you.
What an interesting exchange there. That was some shit straight out of Skyrim. He just comes up with the wackiest dialogue tree after slamming his water bottle. Fuck! Ah, shirtless man, damn you! And then marches over, and then he's just like, what are you talking about? He's trying his best to make it seem like he's not the weird one here, saying that the other guy was talking to him from across the gym, but meanwhile, he was the one that was recording him, and then calling him slurs. It doesn't add up. And he's doing it all with this really confused smile on his face. Like, it's just such a odd set of circumstances. A lot of the comments on this video compared the looks of this man to Eli Manning, and I can't unsee it. This actually does look like Eli Manning in an alternate universe. Anyway, dude comes up and makes threats saying that he'll fuck him up over not wearing a shirt is a crazy thing to try and fight about. But he's doing all of this with like a really big smile on his face, like he is grinning ear to ear. I can't tell if he wanted to fight or fuck this guy. I'm really not sure what his plan was or what he was wanting to happen. If I was to be an armchair psychologist, to me this seems like the sight of the shirtless man made him have thoughts that he wasn't happy about, so then he had this crazy big response because he felt bad about maybe being attracted to it. I really don't know. I can't think of a rational, reasonable explanation for why somebody would get this mad at something so small. Yes, if this is a gym that doesn't allow shirts to be off, it is improper etiquette to have your shirt off, but it's super easily solvable without this kind of hostility by just asking them to put their shirt back on, or even telling just gym staff, be like, hey, that guy's got his shirt off, you might want to talk to him about it, if you don't want to be the one to do it. Like, it's just so easy without it being a big song and dance. I just had to share this because this really was a head scratcher of a video for me, getting this mad about something so insignificant. That's really about it. So yeah. It's become a cherished human tradition to sit around a campfire telling scary stories while on a camping trip with your family. And yeah, maybe sometimes Uncle Sheldon will take it a bit too far with his graphic tale of some overloaded testosterone meat man named Raw Vandergore filleting a bear. But for years, these campfire horror stories have been dominated by retail workers. They have the most terrifying stories to tell. They'll put the fear of God in your whole family. They'll send your fucking family to bed sucking their thumbs, sending shivers down their asshole. But I thought it'd be fun today to look at a positive customer interaction in a retail setting, so I found this video here to demonstrate how lovely the experience can be.
Laugh at me, goddammit, don't you laugh at me!
Give me my money back.
Yes, you are!
You can quit
Me!
And here we're immediately introduced to our three protagonists of this short film. Now, the one who's currently shouting is exactly what I picture in my head whenever I think of an evil librarian. She looks exactly like a mean, angry lunch lady from a Pixar film.
Yeah, and it's already out of my account, and I can show you that you've already taken my money. So you need to give me my cash. And if I end up on YouTube, I will personally sue your ass.
I'm just talking money.
In the camera woman's defense, I did not find this video on YouTube, so she should be spared from Ace Customer Anchor Arm's legal wrath. I, however, am posting this on YouTube, so I guess I'm gonna have to start sleeping with one eye open. Also, just a side note, I fucking hate when people say they're personally gonna sue someone. No, you're not. You're not gonna represent yourself. You're not that fucking dumb. What are you gonna do? You're gonna stand up in court and say, oh, excuse me, Your Honor, I just didn't like the cut of their jib. Can I have their car now? What do you mean I lost? No, what you're going to do is you're going to go home, you're going to argue with your husband and threaten divorce for the 5th time that week in front of your children, then you're going to flip to the back of the phone book to try and track down some slimy grease beaver, then you're going to pay them $100 in an over-the-pants hand job to try and represent your ass for this stupid fucking case you're going to try and drum up. You're not personally suing shit. That mucus goblin lawyer that you're going to track down and pester is going to be the one doing all the work. So don't have the audacity to say that you're personally suing anyone.
I can do the same thing with her laughing.
I'm not laughing, ma'am.
Yes, you are. You want me to show you on my phone that you are?
Please.
I don't even understand her thought process on this one. Do you want me to show you that you're laughing by recording it? What kind of fucking plan is that? That's not exactly bulletproof. You see, look at this. You're laughing in this video. Oh, well, color me purple. What do you know? I am. And I'm still laughing. Because you're a fucking idiot. And if the rationale was, I'm gonna record her laughing at me and post it on my Facebook, then why? No one's gonna understand the context. It's just gonna be you making a ruckus and someone laughing at you. Makes you look bad.
That you are what?
Laughing?
If we end up on YouTube, I will sue you.
I'm not putting it on YouTube. I'm documenting.
If it ends up on
Oh,
Facebook,
it's going to end up.
It will not
I
go to
will
Facebook.
sue you.
All right.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That plot development was pretty easy to predict from a mile away. Just taking one look at her, you could guess that she would be the kind of person to immediately threaten suing someone. So now our brave camera woman is coming under fire again. That's 2 potential lawsuits here. I mean, it's fucking raining lawsuits up in this one. They're just tossing lawsuits like they're baseballs at a dunk tank at a carnival. However, once again, the camera woman is safe because I did not find this video on Facebook either. They're 0 for 2 right now. If they were smart, they would have made a blanket statement. If this video ends up online, I'm suing your ass. Then I'd be fucked. I'd be up Schitt's Creek without my ass crack. I wouldn't legally be allowed to watch this video. It'd have to be ending up on the dark web for me to find it. If they made that statement and it still ended up online and I saw it, I'd have the fucking Special Ops Navy SEALs busting through my windows right now to arrest me. Obviously, I'm kidding. No matter what incoherent babble they could have mustered up to drivel out of their mouths here, nothing they could have said would have given them any legal ground to stand on to sue anyone at all in this situation.
That is perfectly fine.
Yeah, because you can't record if you don't want to be recorded. And let me tell you, my attorney, I love you.
That's kind of a half-hearted attempt at threatening another lawsuit, so I'm still just going to count that one. So she's at 3 potential lawsuits here, which is a pretty impressive statistic given that it's only been like a minute. Also, just to clear up a common misconception, you are allowed to film in public, contrary to what assholes like these would tell you. It's 100% legal, even on private property like a retail store, unless it is openly and clearly defined and stated by the established retail place or whatever location you're at that you're not allowed to film. You're allowed to film. And this happened at a Sears. Sears would have everything shy of fucking cocaine and heroin on their shelves if it meant getting people in their store. I'm pretty goddamn sure they don't have a sign saying you can't film.
Don't laugh at me.
I'm not.
I hope everyone does your fucking job.
Okay.
Y'all need to.
Okay.
And I'm calling Sears too.
Okay.
What? I don't care what you have. Find you another job.
What's your point?
What's your point?
You need to shut your damn mouth and stay out of it.
I have kids too.
Yeah, you do have kids, and it seems that they're very well-adjusted adults judging by this video here. Shoutouts to the red-haired girl that's now filming this from her perspective. Surely that's going to look good on her Facebook. Hey, hashtag super strong woman standing up for herself at a Sears against the evil corporation. What the fuck are you thinking here? No one on your Facebook, no matter how close they are to you, is going to see this and take your side. You got your fucking pugilistic mother over there threatening to go over the counter and beat snot out of the employees here. And you have the woman next to you shouting up a storm too. Also, you're shouting in front of your kid while carrying another kid. You don't look good. No one is going to take your side, and I see this so much. The person who's in the wrong starts filming because they're so delusional that they think that they're in the right. It's disgusting. It's fucking sick.
Should get you another job. A better job. Than being Clark at $10 an hour.
You're screaming. It hurts my ear. I'm sorry.
Did you get your money?
Oh, ¿cuál es su número? 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 7 Bye. You can quit
Bye.
recording me before I knock it out of your fucking hand.
Bye.
Knock it out of her hand.
Yikes, what a scary, hollow threat on the way out. Honestly though, it's refreshing to see good parenting like this. What an example to set for your children. Hey, if you're unhappy with something, get as loud as you possibly can and start threatening the shit out of people. Throw a fucking embarrassing tantrum. It'll work. Unless of course it doesn't. But yeah, the point of me showing you this video is to show you it's not all bad when you work in retail. Sometimes you'll get enjoyable experiences like this with a family as pleasant as them. Actually, I don't even know if they're family. I don't know if they're even related. Maybe they were just three strangers feeding off each other's energy. I couldn't tell you. But again, the point is, the customer's always right. No, I'm just fucking yanking your nipples on that one. The customers 9 times out of 10 are fucking assholes like this. I have definitive proof that there are just some people out there that thrive off arguing over nothing. Their body isn't powered by food or water. They don't need nutrients to survive. They just need fury of a nonsensical, worthless argument. It's like a plant with photosynthesis absorbing sunlight, but for them, it's absorbing anger.
I'm jogging, I'm trying to take my trash out.
Okay, and you can do that. I'm trying to go home. I just did work. Like, you don't need to swear at me because your dog, talk to your dog.
As a neighbor, you need to walk away.
As a neighbor, no, I don't. You should be able to control your dog.
Exit the door.
And I'm literally right here.
You're being weird. You need to exit the door.
Apparently right before filming, that woman's dog had like lunged at the lady filming or something like that. I don't think it was like aggressive or anything, but then the dog owner had a big ol' fucking conniption about the whole situation, and then it led to this.
You can go now.
I have a lot going on here. You need to be normal.
You need to be normal. You literally just told me to back the fuck up. I'm going to my home.
I have a dog.
Okay, and that's not how you speak to people. You could literally have said...
Talking me.
No.
I'm
gonna send this to the office because this is ridiculous. I live here.
I am literally trying to go.
You can go.
Is he attacking you in any way?
Did I say he was? You acted like he was gonna attack me. I said hi to him. He ran up on
I
me.
have 2 hands, buddy.
I love that she tried to play the I'm a woman card on a woman who's filming her. I don't know what the thought process was there. It's probably just one of her default tactics here, one of her ace in the hole type of maneuvers or anime finishing move with the I'm a woman, and it just clearly doesn't work in this situation. I can't fully even grasp what the fuck the problem is. The woman filming is doing nothing to impede the other lady's movement here. It's not like she's posted up like a bouncer to Lacrosse House asking who she knows and forbidding her from getting off the elevator or anything. She is inviting her to get off the elevator and go handle what she's gotta handle, take the trash out, do some whippets behind the dumpster of the apartment complex, whatever. And for some reason, this lady just keeps blocking the elevator for like 10 fucking minutes over nothing, just to sit here and screech.
Okay, and 2 hands.
And a door, Fran.
Okay,
I
you can
need
get
you
there.
to understand
Yes,
that.
and you started hollering at me and screaming at me, and now
I
I'm
got a broken
recording.
foot. I got a broken
Okay,
foot.
that's between you and your broken foot, ma'am.
Yeah, and then the
Okay.
office already knows that.
Okay, so you don't need to cuss at me. Okay, can you please go? I'm trying to go home.
You want me to go with the broken foot? You dumbass. There's stairs over there.
She tries to throw a pity party, but nobody shows up. Starts complaining about her broken foot in the wambulance with a side of French fries. She's already come down here with her goofy little broken foot, so clearly she's fine walking on it and has no issue standing on it for a long time blocking this elevator. So I imagine her plan was to walk and accomplish whatever business she's down here for, whatever her objective was. I don't think she's here waiting for a stretcher to carry her there, so she's clearly already walking on that fucking fractured foot. Even though I guarantee that's a lie. I know her foot's not broken. She's just making shit up. I'm surprised she didn't go a little harder, though, and say some shit like her kids have been kidnapped and now the lady filming is going to be responsible for their death because she can't get the ransom money to the kidnapper or something.
Please hurry up. I'm literally just trying to go
You
home.
want to fucking start? Go to the stairs.
I'm going to send this to the office because this is unacceptable. I will.
This hurts. You understand how much this hurts?
And you would
I'm a
continue
military
going.
fucking woman.
Okay,
Get the
thank
fuck
you for
to
your
the stairs now. You take what
Thank
floor
you.
are you on?
I-
What floor?
you
are
don't
on?
need to know that.
You wanna fucking? I swear to God, we'll do this.
Okay.
I'm a single ass woman who
That's-
provides for herself, and I
Okay.
would like to respect you, but you
She's just diarrheaing every single... Hello there. You upset about that woman as well? I know. She's just vomiting out all of these useless platitudes. I'm a single-ass woman who provides for herself. What does that have to do with you blocking the elevator? Nothing. And I can't believe you're single. I don't understand what went awry there. I can't believe every man in the city isn't pursuing this absolute angel. That's weird. I also highly doubt that she actually did serve in the military. That just seems like yet another lie. So fucking stolen valor on top of that, most likely. And even still, that has nothing to do with you refusing to get off the elevator. That's the crazy thing. That is the wild thing. Her whole objective is off the elevator, which she can easily do, but refuses to out of just the principle and the love of the argument. Now, I know a lot of you are probably saying, why doesn't the woman filming just take the stairs and put an end to this madness? Just be the bigger person. Well, because fuck that. Patooey. That's a bunch of baloney. At this point, stay there, and if her foot really is broken, make sure that it is agonizing by the end of it, that shit swells up and doesn't heal properly. This lady is a piece of shit. I don't think the woman filming is in the wrong here for sticking around out of just sheer pettiness is the wrong word because it's not petty. She wants to go home and she might live on like a high floor in this complex and doesn't want to take the stairs, which is totally reasonable, especially after a long day of work. I think that's totally fine. This woman has no reason at all to be blocking the elevator for this long and refusing to let her go home. So, her taking the stairs is admitting defeat, and she shouldn't have to admit defeat in the face of such a fucking weak, useless opponent like this lady.
You didn't respect me as soon as you got off the elevator and told me to back the fuck up.
Dude, we're not doing this.
Okay.
You already know what you did.
Didn't do anything, but I'm definitely gonna record because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you are recording. I'm aware of
Okay,
that.
I'm just letting you know that I'm sending this to the office.
You can wait all night.
You're the one
I
who's...
served my country. What the fuck have you done?
All right. Thank you for your service,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this all night.
You're the one complaining.
Technology. Yeah. Christ, no logistics.
Her brain's really starting to malfunction now. That double core brain cell really starting to fall short here with a bit of a hiccup. She just starts humbugging technology. You and your technology, meh. Just mad that technology exists now because she's being filmed like Sasquatch. She's just getting real upset. Oh, you bitch! How could you fucking film me? I know you're filming, you bitch. Technology. Ugh. Also, I don't want to overlook that little zinger she slid in there about her service to the country. So she says, like, I served our country. What the fuck have you done? And it is eerily similar to an iconic speech from a legend from that viral trumpet fight video from a few years ago. You know the one I'm talking about, where like that goblin guy comes up and gets really upset because someone is playing the trumpet poorly. So he walks up to him and he's like, why are you disrupting the peace with this filth, this trash? I played the trumpet for 80 years. Who the fuck are you? I was first chair Los Angeles Philharmonics back when we still only had black and white television. Who the fuck are you? I played the trumpet on the night of Abraham Lincoln's assassination. Who the fuck are you? You know who I'm talking about. It's an iconic moment, and for a brief second here, this lady in the elevator was channeling some of his energy, and I appreciated the callback.
This foot is actually fractured. I swear to God.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for you, but the way you just disrespected me for no reason.
You're a piece. This is not happening.
I literally was just trying to go home. I literally got off of a long shift. I'm trying to go home.
Stairs. I have a fractured foot. Common sense.
Walk up.
It was around this moment where I was just completely lost and gave up hope of trying to even have a minuscule grasp of the situation. So it seems like the lady is now wanting to go up the elevator. So at first I thought she just wanted to go take the trash out and shit. But now it seems like they both wanted to go up the elevator, but the lady on the elevator told her to get off and take the stairs instead. Actually just making this whole problem out of thin air. All of this hoopla over nothing. And I guess the dog may have like approached the woman filming, which then caused the dog owner to freak out as if the person filming did something wrong because the dog came up to her. Like that's now my understanding of it, though I think that could still be totally incorrect because none of this makes sense. The plot here is totally fucking lost. It's all nonsensical. I also like how she keeps going on about her broken foot, saying that it's common sense that someone with a fractured foot wants to use the elevator, so you should use the stairs. I don't even know where to start with that pile of shit statement. You're not wearing a boot or a cast or anything on it. It's not like it's immediately identifiable that you're injured, which I just don't think you are to begin with. You're just pulling things out of your ass. But regardless, how does that track? Like, how does that logic track? If your foot is broken or fractured and you use the elevator, why does that now prevent everyone else from using the elevator as well? It's not like you need the whole fucking elevator. You don't take up all that space.
How am I supposed to know that there's a person with a fractured foot getting on the elevator?
Exit signs all over here. Is your analysis fucking retarded?
All I was trying to do was get on the elevator. You told me to back the fuck up. So I'm just confused. I'm definitely bringing this to the office because this is unacceptable. I should not be being treated this way in a place that I live by someone else who lives here too.
This lady's brain is trapped in Narnia. What are you talking about? What do the exit signs have to do with fucking anything about your stupid little boo-boo on your foot? Nothing! It has nothing to do with it! Jesus Christ! She is trying to find every possible thing to argue about because it is the only excitement she gets in her life. It's the only thing that keeps her going.
Can you move out of my way? And you started attacking me.
Are you serious? I really hope there's a camera
I
here.
am serious.
Oh my
Exactly
goodness.
what you're doing.
I'm glad there's stamps on this.
I already called them. I called them about it because there has been men who have been banging on my door.
That has nothing to do with me, ma'am.
I know, but I asked them for surveillance. Because my door is up there. Men have been banging on my door and I've opened it.
And I'm sorry
It's
that that's
really
happening to you,
No,
but I didn't do that. I didn't do that to
you.
Psychosis. This has to be a psychotic episode here. What the fuck does men banging on your door have to do with anything here? Because she's using it to point out like there's security cameras or something? I don't know. I also, maybe there are men banging on her door playing Ding Dong Ditch on the creepy witch lady that lives in the apartment like the fucking ghost that haunts the halls. Maybe, I guess. But even still, that has nothing to do with anything here.
Can I please get home? I'm just trying to go home. It's been a long day.
Walk up the stairs.
You can walk out. I'm not taking up any of your space or time. You have all the space in the world. Please go.
I'm a government agent.
That's okay.
Walk up the stairs now.
No, I don't need to.
You do.
Now the narrative shifts again where it's her wanting to get out but refusing to get out because this lady wants to get in. And once again, the camera lady mentioned she has all the space in the world to just get the fuck off the elevator. She could just go. Take literally 3 steps and be done with this whole thing. But now she tries like, I'm a government agent card and you need to go up the stairs. You're under arrest. Give me your badge and your gun. You're off the case. Get up the stairs now. Jesus Christ. It's so weird that people like her exist.
I don't. You need to get off the medication that you're on. Can you please
I
go?
am on 0 medication right now.
Okay, then put down the drink, please.
You're
Can you go?
crazy. There's no drink. What drink are you talking about?
The one that you drank before you got on the elevator. Your dog must want to go to the bathroom. You have trash to take out. Okay, you're not though.
I swear to God. Are we doing this?
Can you back up off of me? Because if you put your hands on me, I'm going to call the police on you.
Go on the stairs.
I'm trying to go.
That was a horror movie approach right there. She had that just shit her britches walk cycle coming at her, waddling up, getting right in her face. I really half expected her to dislocate her jaw and scream for a jump scare. That was some terrifying shit. Maybe her foot really is broken. And if that's the case, I'm glad that she's continuing to put so much pressure on it to make it worse. That is fantastic news here. Incredible strategy. She mentions that she's not on medication, but I think it's time they start exploring that option because there is something that's gone untreated here. This is not normal. This is not healthy. Or maybe the lady filming is correct in that she's just been hitting the alcohol hard and she's had a couple drinks already. Or maybe she took a stupid potion with breakfast. There's really so many possible explanations, but none of them excuse any of the behavior here.
Please back up.
I'm a government.
I do not care, but if you put your hands on me, I'm going to call the police. Can you see this? Do you see this? I just want somebody to. I'm just trying to get on the elevator.
She's crazy. There's stairs.
I'm gonna call the police if you do not stop.
Stairs in
If
this
you
place.
try to barricade me, I'm going to call the police.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to call the police.
Nobody's confused on how the elevator works. We're all just confused on why you're such an insufferable little asshole here. Just get off the elevator. Just get off the elevator. Go put the trash in the fucking dumpster. Oh my god. It goes on for so long. It just goes on for such an agonizingly long time period here. It takes like half the afternoon just with this random encounter NPC. It's fucking, like, I'm getting upset for her just having to watch it. It is the most annoying video I've seen in so long.
This is bad. This is really bad. This is super fucking bad.
You're causing a disturbance. We live here. Everybody lives here.
This is bad.
I'm just trying to go home. Thank you.
You're not going in there.
Yes, I am. And if you touch me, I'm going to call the police on you.
No. You want to go to war?
All right. Well, I'm calling the police now.
Stay there.
Okay. I'm going to call the police now.
It's like when you try and leave Kakiri Forest in Ocarina of Time and that guy's like preventing you, just stopping you at all times. Even when you think you have the angle and you make a run for it and he stops you yet again. That's what just happened at the end there. The lady finally abandoned her post for a brief second, but then right when the lady tries to finally get on the elevator and go home, she storms over with her broken, useless foot and says, nope, and puts the kibosh on it. For no reason, again. Again. She just really doesn't want her getting on that elevator. And there's no explanation as to why. And then she eventually takes the elevator up and we don't see her again. So I guess her objective was to go up the entire time, which she could have done from the start. Even if her objective was to get off the elevator, she could have done it from the start. None of this had to happen. This is just one of those repulsive people that love to argue and make an issue out of nothing and cause an inconvenience to everyone around them. It's fucking sad. It's just downright pathetic. So yeah, that's about it. See ya. Fasten your seatbelts. It's time for a good old-fashioned, red-blooded American patriotic public freakout. This one takes place on a golf course.
We got a Karen on the golf course right now.
You'll leave after I don't give you a goddamn thing.
I'm gonna take your clubs.
Take it.
He seems like a character from Mad Men. Like, he is smoldering right now. That is mean mugging. And then he holds up the golf ball like he's about to do a magic trick with it to make it disappear. So, from what I understand here about this situation is, this group was golfing, and this gentleman, which I can't say that word because he is not a gentleman at all. He's not conducting himself in an appropriate manner for the golf course, which is a holy sanctuary of good manners and some light day drinking. He has picked up their ball and refuses to give it back. I don't really know why. Maybe he's out of balls and he resorted to just scavenging for one, maybe. But he has their ball. They're confronting him saying like, hey, give that back. And he's saying, nope. There's just already so much information here to digest and marinate on. Now, one of the members of this party that had their golf ball stolen by the gluttonous golfer threatens to take his golf clubs in return, which I imagine they were just saying out of, jest and making fun of him. But you have to be cautious because clearly this man is resorting to caveman brain. He's going primal right now. He's not processing information rationally. So he might take that as a declaration of war, like a legitimate threat. If you're talking about taking someone's golf clubs, you're basically threatening to take their firstborn child to some of these golfers out here. So you just gotta be wary of the headspace the guy's in right now.
Where your fucking...
Then leave.
I'm not getting a fight at a golf course.
Then leave. I'm gonna stand here and you can complain. Goodbye.
I'm not complaining. You're the one bitching.
No, you're the one that approached me and I asked you to no longer speak.
You took her ball!
Please don't speak to me.
We're coming over.
I'll be honest here, I can't help but appreciate his power stance. The way that he holds himself is actually pretty impressive. It's a legitimate NPC stance. He's got this spiritual pressure that I can taste through the video. So he's drawing a line in the sand. He's saying, I'm not fucking leaving. You can sit here and complain, but I've got your ball and I'm not giving it back. So the Grinch has come out here and stolen Christmas, and he did it all while wearing Steve from Blue's Clues shirt. I love that he's got the green striped shirt on because since I grew up with Blue's Clues, I see a shirt like that and I immediately associate it with like a really nice person, and this guy is wiping his ass with that whole fucking idea. Because this guy is not nice at all. In fact, you know what? I'll say he's a bit of a jerk. Pardon my French.
You took her ball!
Bro, you took her ball.
Dude, I'm not gonna fight you over a
If you need money for her golf balls...
I'm going to, Walter. Because I'll plant you, bitch boy. Now get the fuck off the cart.
Walter.
Walter?
Walter?
Oh, here we go.
You see that?
Oh.
That's what you've been to heaven, bitch, and you want to test God, you fucking come get it, shit stack.
I'm a little disappointed he didn't rip the shirt off Hulk Hogan style. The fact that he, like, quickly takes it off like it's about to get sensual took away from the impact of the peak male physique reveal. Now shit's starting to pop off. It's about to look like 6th Street in Austin, Texas after the bars closed down. That's a really specific reference, but I think a lot of you understand what I'm talking about. There's this street in Texas with a ton of bars, and every single time the bars close, all the fights just start breaking out outside on that street all the time. Most of the street fights you see on the internet actually come from that area. That's like the genesis of fighting. Like, that's where fighting was invented, really. But anyway, let's dial back the clock a little bit. He said something very interesting that caught everyone off guard when he said Walter, and that he would plant him bitch boy. So all at once, the crowd says, Walter? 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 Like, no one knows where that came from. So I believe what happened here is, for a brief moment, this dude traveled to a different dimension, and he was fighting a ghost named Walter. No one seems to know where that came from, but that was finally the last straw there when he takes his shirt off. Walter was there, and he was ready to fuck him up.
Oh.
You think I'm mentally ill?
I know you're
Been to heaven. Leave me alone.
So that's the second time he mentioned heaven. So the first time when the shirt comes off, he makes this statement about, you know, this is the body that went to heaven, so if you want to challenge God, then come get it, shit stack. I don't exactly know what a shit stack is. I guess if I was to put the context clues together and use the very obvious, it would be like a piece of poop on a piece of poop on a piece of poop, like a whole fucking tower of it. But who does that? I've never seen a shit stack per se. But what's the most interesting part here is that he keeps mentioning heaven. And I don't exactly know what that's about, but it is pretty intimidating. That gives some psychopath energy. It reminds me of Hey Arnold with the don't hit me, I'll hit me. Like, the whole thing being act as crazy as possible to stop a fight from happening. Maybe that was the tactic here, so that way he could have them leave on their own accord and he gets to keep their ball. He gets the treasure. Like, you know, maybe it's possible. But, yeah, either way, I just found this to be really interesting because it goes 0 to 100 so quick because for some reason he inexplicably takes their ball and refuses to give it back. And it turned into this big song and dance. It just feels like so many people are on edge all the time and are willing to die for things that are super small. It just, I don't know, it's just a wild phenomenon that I'm noticing being very common these days. Also, there's another thing I want to point out. When he takes his shirt off initially, he looks down at himself a couple times, and then when he looks up, he looks almost surprised, as if he didn't know what to expect when his shirt came off there. Maybe, like, it wasn't the same view that he has of his body when he looks at himself in the mirror, so it caught him off guard. I don't really know. But yeah, I just wanted to share this, because it's been a little while since we went over just a good old-fashioned public freakout. That's about it. So yeah. I know that every single one of you watching this video right now has that one piece of content that you saw at some point in your life that is just burned into your brain and you can never forget it. Now, it might not be something that you obsess over and dwell on, think about every single day of your life, you know, writing it on the walls or something, like you get crazy with it, but it is a video that you've watched that you'll never forget. For a lot of you, that'll be the basic things like 2 Girls, 1 Cup or Goatsy. But for me, these videos are usually like public freakouts that just really make me mad thinking about. So then sometimes when I'm in like a bad mood about something, I'll think of them and make myself even more upset. Which is super stupid, but you know, it is what it is. And there's one video in particular that pops up every few months that every time it gets floated around again and reposted, I watch in its entirety and then I go through and get upset about it all over again as if for the first time.
Grab the water too. Thank you. Hey, can I ask you something, by the way? No, it's just that every time I come here, like at the late night hour, I don't know why you're like very, like it's not even me because I know it's not just me. Like, I'm sure you're like this way with everyone. You just like are very impatient. Like if like you don't want this job, you don't have to be here. Like I'm just letting you know, like you literally rush my order every single time and I hate having you.
This video is just the final raid boss of public freakouts that ticks every single box that just steams my ham. It gets me so heated every time. It is An asshole filming it themselves, filming their actual worst moment, which is always just baffling to me. They're being a piece of shit to someone in the service industry, specifically at fast food, which seems to just be the Thunderdome for degeneracy with these fucking weirdos that go there just to stir up a controversy. This is a premeditated embarrassment. He went there already filming the window, ready to confront this guy, because he said that he rushes his order. Brother, it's a fast food restaurant, you stupid fucking worm. You fucking imbecile homunculus. Why are you whining about your food being rushed? That's the entire point of fast food. It's the entire reason the establishment exists, to deliver the food quickly. And he's complaining about it. It's crazy. Like, the 3 little neurons in his dumb little spongy fart brain couldn't process that the reason the worker is giving him his food quickly is because that's his job. That's the whole point of it. But then, to top it off, the guy filming is also drunk driving. He's a self-admitted drunk driver. He literally reports himself in the video. It actually rolls up everything that makes me mad about public freakouts into like one video. So this is just like the full, complete Christmas package of things that just grind my ass.
And I mean, I'm sure my word means nothing to you, but I'm just telling you, you have the choice to have a different profession. This isn't a profession. I'm sure you're just very incompetent and you have to work here.
It's better than your lack of profession, where you still treat mommy and daddy like coin blocks in Mario for you to jump up and hit for your allowance that you use to purchase your truck with. I remember when this video surfaced, I went fucking super sleuth on it because I had to know if there was a follow-up. He filmed it himself, so surely he would see everyone clowning on him. And sure enough, at the time, he did issue an apology on Facebook, and I didn't forgive him then. And I don't forgive him now. Fuck him. He's also a drunk driver, which I will never have any level of forgiveness for. But he's also a fucking turbo dweeb who tries to lecture him on why his job doesn't matter and it's not even a profession, and says that the reason he has it is because he must be incompetent. Oh, you slimy fucking weasel. You goofy little bowl of horseradish. It is unreal that a drunk driver that wasn't employed at the time of the video, maybe he is now, and it would be poetic if he is also working in the fast food industry, and now maybe we'll understand the pain of horrible people like him coming through. But I'm already getting lost in some erotica fanfic about justice existing in the real world. Point is, this absolute unhinged dork then takes time out of his night to try and shit on this guy who's just doing his job and doing it well. That is just downright despicable behavior. It's so fucking embarrassing, and he filmed it himself too, so he's also a delusional, stupid asshole too.
But I'm not being ignorant either. It's just like, I come here to get food. Who cares, like, if I've been drinking or doing whatever? Like, I come here at a late night hour, I get food. Every time I have you, I fucking hate it. It makes me sick.
I'm so sorry about that.
Huge save by clarifying that he's not being ignorant. Wouldn't want anyone to get confused here. I also love that all of this starts by saying, hey, can I ask you something? And then he goes into this monologue shitting on the guy and explaining why he hates him. Because he gets his food out too fast. He's too good at his job. Thus, this absolute fucking stupid moron is like, you're a bad man. You must not want to see me. He has a personal grudge against me and wants to get me out of here, shoo me away like a stray animal. He hates me for some reason, so I hate him. He gives me my food too quick. Damn it. I also imagine that he carries this energy with him everywhere. So, Godspeed to the waiters and waitresses that have been unfortunately subjected to this plague of a person that sweeps through asking and demanding some kind of certain service. Like, excuse me, harlot, you didn't smile at me when you took my order. You fucking hate me. This isn't even a real profession. This isn't even a real profession. You must just be incompetent. Like, I imagine this is just him. Like, this is just him fully. Like, this isn't just an isolated incident. But anyway, I'm gonna replay this just in case you missed it the first time. He says something very important here.
I come here to get food. Who cares, like, if I've been drinking or doing whatever? Like, I come here at a late night hour, I get food. Every time I have you, I fucking hate it. It makes me sick.
I'm so sorry about that.
Full-blown self-report here. He just says, who cares if I've been drinking or doing whatever? So you've been drinking and doing whatever frequently and then come here to get food. So you're a constant drunk driver. You're a menace. I'll tell you who cares. Every innocent person on the road will care if you've been drinking and getting behind the wheel of a vehicle. It's dangerous to everyone around you, including yourself. I will never, ever sympathize with a drunk driver. And it's certainly not one like this. This guy's just a turbo douchebag. This is next level douchebag shit. I feel so bad for the worker here. Like, he just sits here and listens to this whole spiel over nothing. Like, this whole temper tantrum hoopla.
No, I'm sure you're very sorry about it. I'm sure you're very sorry about it. But you are very shitty to me every time I come here.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sure you're not actually sorry, and you're just saying that because like whatever's happening or you're being recorded. So, yeah.
This warrior is a patient saint because that window should have closed far earlier, but he let this guy continue to vomit out a bunch of fucking nonsense, upset over nothing. The service was too efficient, I guess. I suppose that this guy really thinks he's the main character of life, and everyone should be trying to communicate and talk with him. When he's just at a fast food place, clearly you're just getting your food and leaving. That's the whole point of it. I don't know what he was expecting or what he wanted. All this worker did was get him his food and send him on his way. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing to warrant any kind of hostile response. He just keeps blabbering on about how getting him at the drive-thru makes him sick because he's impatient and rushes his food. Like, it's still 2 years later makes me upset. And it popped up again this week, so I wanted to talk about it. Like I said, it gets reposted like once every few months, and every time it does, I get angry all over again. I have like arguments with the driver of this truck in my head from time to time. I don't know how someone ends up that much of a monstrous asshole. I don't know how you end up so entitled and shitty. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. So yeah. It's 5:45 a.m. I couldn't sleep, and I figured a lullaby was in order, and what's more relaxing than listening to the screeching and screaming of some wild Karens. Just wonderful voices. The 30 years worth of chain smoking and air duster huffing has left them with these divine pipes that are just a true joy to behold, really soothing on the ears. It's like listening to an angel get hit by a dump truck over and over again.
You don't need a mask. This is an American Disability Act because I am hard of hearing.
The universe is infinitely expanding every second of every day, and I think the reason why it keeps expanding is because it wants to get as far away from this fucking planet as possible because it's embarrassed by people like this. She says she can't wear a mask due to being hard of hearing. How the fuck does that make any sense? How does being hard of hearing make it so you can't wear a mask? That's like me saying I can't wear a seatbelt because I get hemorrhoids from time to time.
And I have a right to speak my mind, and I have a right to see your lips because you do not, under any circumstances, violate.
Y'all should call the police.
I paid you. Give me my pizza, and we'll go.
Now, if that's not a motivational speech that'll have you throwing your fists in the air, then I don't know what is. Her speech right there is up there with the greats, like the JFK choose to go to the moon speech. This is one that history will remember. It sounds like a middle schooler giving a class presentation on a topic they didn't research, so they're just up there winging it. This is a violation of my pizza. Please?
You need to back the fuck away from me, lady.
You know what?
What, Karen? What, Karen?
I don't give a fuck because I have a right to my pizza.
Oh yeah, that's right. I almost forgot about this one in the Constitution. One of the most powerful amendments. Thou shalt not be declined a slice of pizza. It sounds more like one of the 10 Commandments, actually. It probably is. Moses just forgot to carry the 11th commandment down the mountain, so he just left that tablet up there, but it was one of the most important ones. God was like, hey, this is a big one. Everyone's entitled to some pizza, alright? You fucking understand?
I have a right to get my order, and I have a right...
If you get any closer to me, you're going to have a right on that floor.
And if you have the right to refuse service to any person for any reason whatsoever. Yes, we do. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Lady.
I like how this woman's just tossing out 1,000 different rights all willy-nilly. I have the right to a pizza. I have the right to make an order. I have the right to an attorney. I have the right to stick a vibrator up my asshole while reading 50 Shades of Grey. And then when the business says, well, we have rights too, she's like, wait a minute, that's illegal. No, you can't do that. No, you don't have any rights. I'm the only one that gets to choose who has rights. The only rights that exist are the ones that I think exist. Everyone's so goddamn entitled. Everyone likes to think that they're so special, that Santa Claus visits them and only them once a year because they're just so good, that their own personal beliefs and their own personal rights overwrite those of others. It's just the selfishness is sickening.
I'll tell you what, if you continue with what you're telling me, I will have the right. I will. No, you do not. I have a medical disability. It's paperwork. I don't care.
Unfortunately, she got cut off, but you already know she was going to threaten to sue them. She got the finger out. When you bring the finger out, this says one of two things. A, I'm coming to sue you, or B, bend over because I'm putting this in your butthole. One thing I've been thinking about recently is the majority of these Karens, they have a family. Like, not just the dumb fucking husband that hasn't had an erection for 30 years, but they have kids. How do those kids feel, I wonder? You know, to be the son or daughter of someone like this. Do you think that they're like that as well? I don't know. It's something that keeps me awake at night. Like, is their stupidity rubbing off on their kids? Or are the kids rising above the challenge? Like a phoenix rising from the ashes of Karens. It's just something that I think about quite a bit. And I guarantee she has like 9 kids, 10 kids. People this fucking dumb always do.
I don't give a shit. Walk out of my store. Do you know what? Do you know the law? And on nipple? Do you know the law on nipple? Do you? I paid for it. What is your name?
What do you mean you don't need to release your name? If you paid for the pizza online, you absolutely should tell them your name. Otherwise, anyone could just walk in and take your pizza. I mean, they would have hell to pay if they took this woman's pizza. There would be an unholy storm. 7 plagues would fall upon that person that stole this goblin's pizza. But let's not even go down that fantasy, because that just wouldn't happen. People would know better. They'd know it's her pizza. They'd fucking feel that spiritual pressure, like, on the pizza. But, I mean, why is she so afraid to just say, hey, this is my name, I ordered that pizza, and it'd probably just get taken care of right then and there. She waits in her car, they just bring that shit out. Like, it's pretty simple. But they like to make this big song and dance out of it, and make them, like, this whole big spectacle about how great and right they are, and how everyone else is wrong. And I'm so tired of these people talking about laws. It's not a law, it's not a law, it's not a law. As if that fucking matters. Incest is against the law, but it doesn't stop them. These people are the product of 10 generations worth of inbreeding. So it's not like even if it was a law, they'd all of a sudden respect it and start wearing a mask. They still just wouldn't do it.
You see how people are. Here you got another Karen.
This guy's absolutely right. Here we have another Karen. I really wish the lady behind the counter just slapped her with the pizza. Okay, you want your pizza? What was that? Double cheese? And then turn it into like a WWE show. Alright, you want your fucking 2 slices of pizza, huh? Then slams them together like Stone Cold's beers and just drinks the grease right in front of her. Then throws the remnants at her. That sounds reasonable. If you don't have a mask and you order pizza online, wait in your car and we'll bring it to you. Now, how does the enraged Karen whose watering hole has just been shit in by not being able to get this pizza, how does she respond to something so reasonable? You can see for one brief second, in this Karen's rotted mind, she was like, wow, that just made a lot of sense. But I've committed so hard, I have to keep going. No, give me it right now. Fuck the car. What's a car? I came here on a fucking wagon like the Flintstones. Look at me. Just give me the fucking pizza right now.
I'm just waiting on my pizza. Huh? Huh? Yes. Yes.
Defeated and hungry, this pizza Karen predator leaves the hunting ground, recognizing there will be no prey for her today, no pizza for her to feast upon, so she heads back to the swamp. Or at least that's what you think, but we haven't even met Mr. Pizza Karen yet.
I have a First Amendment right, and I am doing my First Amendment right. You want to hide behind it? You hide behind it. Show me the law, not a statement. You show me the law that says I have to. Show me the law. You can't.
That's a mic drop right there, ladies and gentlemen. He fucking got us. When I first saw this, I thought this was a celebrity appearance, a little celebrity cameo from Tom Arnold. This guy looks a lot like Tom Arnold if he was drunk driving a Dodge pickup truck or whatever the fuck he's driving. I don't think it's Tom Arnold. I guess it could be, but it's probably not. Either way, Pizza Karen really came out here, put on quite the show, and unfortunately it didn't pan out for her. She didn't get the pizza, so she probably took that bad attitude to Domino's or some shit. So I feel bad for everyone who worked in the pizza industry within a 10-mile radius of that spot on that day, because it was like a fucking apocalypse with the Pizza Karen on the prowl. But anyway, that's about it. So yeah. As more and more things start opening in the world amid the pandemic, more and more middle-aged single mothers are trying to go back out into society and find things to be angry about. I recently covered the Karen apocalypse that we've just experienced. However, if the Karen apocalypse was an earthquake, what you're about to see is the aftershock. One thing I find interesting is since most people have been inside for a long time now, a lot of people are starting to get a vitamin D deficiency from what I've read. But I'd argue it's almost more dangerous to go outside due to an overdose of vitamin K. Karen. Society right now, the outside world that I've now become a stranger to, is experiencing dangerous levels of exposure to vitamin K. It's like walking into fucking Chernobyl if instead of radiation it was just pure negative Karen shit. So let me just show you the recent Karen Armageddon we're now experiencing.
45 minutes of having it on. It's the first time I've worn one. I am disoriented. I'm a little mad, if you can't tell that already.
Oh, don't worry, you weren't keeping that a secret from me. I had a sneaking suspicion. Between that stereotypical where's your manager haircut, it's time to go to corporate and take a shit, also the facial expression that just kind of conveys I'm always mad even when things are great, I was just able to immediately sniff out you were a bit upset about something.
Like, I'm frustrated, but I don't feel good physically. Like, I can tell you right now, I wasn't getting enough oxygen, and I just had on one of these little stupid things.
I see what she means. I can hardly breathe in this shit. I'm about to fucking pass out on you, just suffocating myself here. I like how my beard hair kind of sticks out here. It's like little innocent pubes popping out of someone's whitey tighties. But anyway, this is something I see a lot from these kind of people. I can't breathe in it. It's impossible. I'm suffocating to death. I would have loved to see her in the store if she's trying that shit, like she's just like falling over herself and then like everyone's ripping the mask off to try and save her life. Jesus! What is this, a mask? She's killing herself for our safety, what a hero! She's wearing a mask and she's dying for it! As if there's anything easier in the world than just putting on a mask. Like, how fucking spoiled and entitled and weak do you have to be to think that putting on a mask is some like giant sacrifice or something that's hard?
I feel dizzy. My hands are kind of tingly. My heart is beating fast. So some of it's an emotional reaction, but some of it's a physical reaction.
Now, I'm no doctor, so please take this diagnosis with a grain of salt, but I think what you're experiencing is hyper-screeching withdrawals. The symptoms seem about in line with that. You see, for 2 months, you haven't been able to go out in public and yell and scream at retail workers, so your body's just been a little bit confused, and now that you're out in public again, it's getting tingles, it's getting anxious, it's just its way of responding.
I understand the virus is real. Okay, I understand the virus is real.
Well, that's better than a lot of people on Facebook, so good for her there. But it's also extremely sad that there's actually people that don't think it's real, so you have to clarify that you believe in it, as if there's some type of fucking debate on whether or not it's real.
Friends, look at the numbers and tell me why everybody's living in fear. Tell me why we're putting these things on and not being able to breathe. I just want to cry.
Well, go ahead and cry. I'm not gonna arrest you for it. Let it all out. And as for why people are putting masks on and not being able to breathe, I think that's a problem exclusive only to you. I mean, this may come as a shock, but doctors work like 12-hour days with a mask on the entire time. Nurses too, so they can clearly breathe. The design's fine. No one's suffocating wearing a mask. Just because you soldiered through a brave 45 minutes while getting your gluten-free food at the Whole Foods doesn't mean that you're some expert on masks now. I'm pretty sure you were breathing just fine. I don't know how the fuck you walk around breathing if you're struggling in a mask. You just, like, wide open mouth, just suck all the air in as big as possible?
That's all I want to do is cry because you can't see people's faces. You can't make human connection. We can't hug people. We can't hold their babies.
That's kind of a weird thing to point out, right? You can't hold people's babies? Like, what does this woman do? Just go around, like, snatching babies, like, bringing them back to the stork or something? Like, that's not exactly common. You shouldn't be going up to strangers and asking to hold their babies in the first place. Now, if you're around your friends and shit, yeah, I guess not being able to hold their babies might be a common problem. I don't really know. I just feel like that's a strange one to point out. Like, you know, a lot of bad shit's come with the coronavirus, but one thing no one's really talking about, the worst thing is, we can't just hold people's babies anymore.
It doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, and I'm not okay with it. Nothing about what we're doing is supported by the numbers that are out there. Those of you that know me, like, I am one of the most compassionate, caring people you will ever meet.
Whenever someone says something like that, I immediately doubt it. No one that's actually compassionate and caring goes around wearing that like a badge of honor. I'm so humble. In fact, I'm one of the most humble people you'll ever get to know. In fact, I probably care more about all of you people than you people even care about yourselves. That's how good of a person I am, and you should know that. And I'm just letting you know that, just because I am such a good person. You know, that doesn't really rub me the right way. I just doubt that claim. But as she said, she's not okay with it, so I think it's time we cancel the coronavirus. Let's just get rid of the coronavirus now. This lady is clearly not having a good time because of it, and since she's not okay with it, well, we need to change everything. I like this one because the lady in it walks around like a video game NPC. It's like she's playing Animal Crossing with the shovel, trying to get the right slot. But instead of a shovel, she's using her phone to record for her Facebook anti-vax group, so...
So it's against the law?
It's against the law to make you wear a mask. It's against the law.
Well, if you say so. I mean, I'm not going to question her. She seems like the law. She's like the embodiment of the law. So whatever she says, yeah, you know, I'm just going to agree with.
The ADA tells them that you cannot make people wear a mask. It's not our laws at all. This is just made up by Bill Gates and them, and by you wearing that. Seriously, think about it. You're breathing out your toxic air, and you're breathing in the same air. You're making your lungs, you're killing your antibodies.
It's always just impressive how people can get to this point and be like this. To blame Bill Gates, of all people you could have chosen. You could have done something a little cooler, like going after Elon Musk, since he's doing some like weird shit on Twitter. Why not target him? But to go after Bill Gates just seems, I don't know, underwhelming. To make him like this giant Thanos behind the coronavirus. I would have preferred if they chose a different path for their supervillain, but it is what it is. For some reason they've chosen him. And I think the most impressive thing about this one in particular is the lady filming. She was filming because she so firmly believes that she's in the right and doesn't look crazy. And I always think that's just the wildest part. How people can be so disconnected from reality that they think that they're right and justified with their behavior that they'll go so far as to film it for their friends in their little Facebook echo chambers. I just think that's just sad and pretty wild.
If there's a cold that comes around in November, you're getting sick. You're making yourself sick. You're making... Breathe.
Yeah, you're spitting out too.
No, baby, that's not what's going to make you sick. You're alive. Go look on the package, and it will tell you. It will not protect you from COVID-19. You are hurting yourself. Don't stop being lied to. They want to kill all the Mexicans.
Do you believe in the COVID?
They want to kill all the black people. They want to kill everybody. Watch out what you're being told. You're being lied to.
It's actually really hard to keep up with the exposition here. I really don't understand at all what she's talking about or where she's going. But god damn it, she's confident in it and really fucking obnoxious.
Do you believe in it?
Do I believe with the COVID? I believe there's a virus, but it's not what they say. It's like any other virus. They have 99% cure. 99% cure. So what kind of a virus is that? We all had viruses. We all get colds. You're being lied to. Please do your due diligence. Read, do your research. Don't let the government fool you.
That's something I hear a lot from this community. Do your research. It's like flat earthers. Do real research, not like, you know, real research. Do our research. Please read our sources. Please stay on Facebook and read our bullshit. But these people are so ingrained in their beliefs that no matter what, they're never changing. Like in that Flat Earth documentary, there's multiple groups of flat earthers that prove themselves wrong multiple times and still just brush it off like, oh, we must have just done something wrong. Now, the world can't be round because we think it's flat. So all this, everything that proves it's round that we just did ourselves, well, it's wrong. We must have messed up because it's flat. That's the exact same way these people operate. No matter what, they're not going to change what they believe, which sucks because it's just objectively wrong and harmful misinformation that they share between each other. But it is what it is, and at least you get some Karens melting down in public, which is always at least fun to watch from a distance.
Be smart, please, for your sake. Because what's happening is she's hurting her antibodies in her body. She's breathing in the toxicity and the carbon monoxide that is going to make her sick. She's not getting enough breath in her lungs, which is going to cause her lungs to weaken. It's all damaging. Look it up for yourself. Go online and look it up.
I will.
Take my word. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Professor. Have a lovely day going home and then yelling at your husband.
Okay, so I need to talk to a manager because I'm not wearing a mask.
Okay, understood.
Perfect.
Just a moment.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's always refreshing to hear that signature catchphrase, I need to speak to a manager. It's refreshing, honestly. I just really, you can always get like a sense of joy when a very irate woman says those words because you already know what's going to follow, and it just never really gets old.
Hi, I have a medical condition that I'm not allowed to wear a mask, and I'm not required by HIPAA rules and regulations to disclose that.
Being a loudmouthed asshole is not a medical condition that prevents a mask. In fact, it should be encouraged so that way you're not just fucking screeching. At least the mask will act like a little muffler, like a fucking silencer on James Bond's gun for your fucking yelling at the retail workers. I also decided to look into it because she publicly talks about herself in this video and puts herself out there, so I looked into it. The medical condition she has does not prevent her from wearing a mask in any way. And just for the sake of playing by her rules, I won't disclose what the medical condition is, but she talks about it constantly and just has it plastered all over her website. She's also an avid flat earther and considers herself a general truther in all things, as most of these people do.
So, what does that look like? I have private things I want to get that maybe I don't want you to see.
But I can't let you in the store without a mask.
Okay, so where's the regulations that state that?
The regulations?
Yeah.
That is company
Because you're discriminating against me now. Do you know that?
The bombshell! She said she's being discriminated against. Oh, well, now this company needs to close its doors or let her in and let her make her own rules. Now you've gone too far. To discriminate against her? Yep, now you've gone too far. You're going on her blog, mister. You're really done fucked up now.
You're discriminating against me. No, because I have private stuff that I don't want you to see.
What kind of private stuff could you possibly be buying at a grocery store? What, are you scraping bacon grease off the grills in the back and are embarrassed about it? Are you smuggling plutonium in there or something? What could possibly be a big secret at a grocery store that would be embarrassing? All they fucking carry for the most part is food and vitamins. What, do you want people to not know that you take fish oil pills or something? I don't really get it. It's a lame fucking excuse. These people just look for reasons to stay angry, even when people are offering alternatives to kind of fit into what they're comfortable with in their lunacy. This man's going above and beyond, saying, we can shop for you, we can do this for you, do that for you, and she just comes up with the most outlandish excuses to not use that and stay angry. It's wild to me.
You can call corporate office, but I can't help you.
Okay, well, you guys can get a lawsuit. Because you can't discriminate.
I'm trying to help you, but I'm
No,
not
you can't. How is that? How's that helping when you're gonna do shopping for me? I'm gonna give you my bank information. How do I?
Huge kudos to this guy for staying so calm during a Category 5 Karen hurricane, because this shit is so fucking annoying. I don't know how he was able to maintain his cool.
Miss, call corporate office. I'm sorry.
Okay, I need a card. Do you have a card for them?
I sure can.
That'd be great. If anybody wants to shop here, you have to have a mask, and here is the policies.
I edited out the part where she talks about who she is and also where she is, just for the sake of not having people go harass her. But she talks about the policies, which a company is absolutely entitled to have, and pretty much everywhere requires you to wear a mask. But for some reason, these whiny children just can't put a mask on, which takes literally less than a second. It's genuinely one of the easiest things a human being can possibly do. It takes no effort, it takes no time, and it's not that big of a fucking deal. Just some fucking misbehaving children. You can't tell me what to do. I don't want to do this. I'm gonna throw a fucking temper tantrum and I'm gonna throw my Legos on that side of the room and you can't stop me. Fuck you. I'm putting this on Facebook.
But you're pretty chipper. You're pretty chipper. Huh? You're happy?
Why not be?
Why are you happy?
Yeah, buddy. Why are you happy when she's clearly not happy? Because she's unhappy, no one in the world is allowed to be happy. If there was a kid with an ice cream cone and a smile on their face, this woman would go over and slap that shit right out of their hands. And do you know why? It's because she's unhappy. So why the fuck is anyone else allowed to be happy? But yeah, anyway, these are the most recent Karen sightings. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more as the floodgates are starting to open. So stay tuned for more incredible Karen antics out in society. That's about it.